to the Katy Depot on his whistle-stop tour, and a crowd of 10,000 people came to see President Truman.
Every week, we hit the road to tell the stories of the people, places, and events that make Hunt County great. These are our friends and our neighbors telling their own stories in their own words. Stories worth knowing and sharing. These are the stories that make us proud to call this place home. And around every corner, we find something else that makes us want to celebrate Hunt County. This program would not be possible without the support of our generous sponsors. Thank you.
The Missouri, Kansas, and Texas Railway, otherwise known as the Katy Depot in Greenville. It's what brought commerce and industry here. It's how we rose from a small settlement to a real city. The money that came into town because of the railroads. Railroads are what made cotton a commodity that could be exported from here. Prior to that, all you had were cattle trails and teams of oxen. You can't get very much cotton to market that way. So the arrival of the railroads ushered in our first boom. In the period of time between 1880, when the first railroad arrived here, until 1900, Greenville went from a community of approximately 1,200 people to 9,000. And at the time, we were 1/4 the size of Dallas. With the arrival of the railroads and the marketability of cotton, you also had hotels that supported the salesmen, bankers to take their money. There were many blocks of Lee Street between the two railroads. Eventually you had the Katy Depot on the west end and the Cotton Belt Railroad on the east. And those who were making a connection between the two would pass by every storefront, banker, jeweler, and every service imaginable during an oil boomtown that existed then. And so a lot of money came through Greenville due to the arrival of the railroads. And the Katy Depot made Greenville a destination. The railroad was also a place where history happened actually at the depot. Harry Truman came to the Katy Depot on his whistle-stop tour, and a crowd of 10,000 people came to see President Truman. There was a time when there were 10 passenger trains that came and left from the depot every day. They would you could board the depot right there and not only go to Dallas, but New York, San Francisco. You could go anywhere in the country leaving from the Katy Depot. And this also gave rise to an electric streetcar line. So now the people of Greenville did not have to rely on a horse and buggy or a carriage to go anywhere. They truly felt they were in a city because they would get on the electric streetcar, go to the Katy Depot, and go to any destination in the United States. The fact that the railroads were here and brought visitors and visitors with money, it really unfolded the industry, commerce, and banking that made Greenville a boomtown in the 1890s. In fact, that continued until the 1920s and the stock market crash. So for a generation, for 30 years, we were a booming economy, and it was due to the railroads. Our many historic places are just another reason to celebrate Hunt County.
If you liked this story, help us celebrate by sharing it with your friends and family. Our stories appear on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and cable TV on Juice 34. You can also find us online at celebratehuntcounty.com. If you'd like to suggest someone to feature in our program, email your idea to stories@celebratehuntcounty.com. We also want to thank our sponsors for making our storytelling possible. We hope you'll support the hometown businesses that keep Hunt County strong.
Family is very important to us, and that's why we wanted to bring family to our business.
We tell folks that at Home Texas Real Estate, we work as a team and we're all working together to try to sell your house, or we're all working together to help you find the right one that you want to buy.
With At Home Texas Real Estate, it's our family helping your family.